Hey guys, Professor Bill, Comic Book University, and Aquaman issue number 39. This is Sink Atlantis Part 2. You need to have read Sink Atlantis Part 1, which was in Suicide Squad. I have that review up. I'll try and link it. Okay, this was really good. This was really good. All right, let's get right into the nitty-gritties of it all and see who did this. Sink Atlantis Part 2, story by Dan Abnett, and he did the script, which is going to take place between this and the whole Sink Atlantis storyline between here and Suicide Squad. And Rob Williams also did the story. The pencils, Joe Bennett. Vincent Cifuentes did the inks. And the colors were done by Adriano Lucas. This is a really weird way to put all these things, but whatever. Steve Wands did the letters. I love that his name is Wands and he did the letters. That's just awesome. Rafa Sandoval did the cover, and Ivan Placencia did the variant cover. So, wow, man. Basically, Aquaman does everything wrong in this issue. What he basically does is he decides that he needs to worry about, he knows the way the surface world works. And this is like the perfect way to write Aquaman. He is the guy who's between two worlds. You know what I'm saying? That's one of the things that's very different about Namor. Namor has a very bad understanding of the way the surface dwellers work, because when push comes to shove, the only time he was ever really on the surface for a prolonged amount of time was when he had amnesia, right before Fantastic Four issue number 3, was that? Anyhow, yeah, man. Maybe that was issue 4, but dude, here, Aquaman, nah, dude. Like, he knows the way that the surface works, and he's maintaining his grasp on the differences between the societies, and he's trying to work for peace. He knows that Mira isn't ready for certain aspects of the throne. She just got coronated, like, right in between the previous Suicide Squad and this issue of Aquaman. So literally sometime in between the week, they just had their coronation. So she's not ready. She's even like, this is also overwhelming. The sisterhoods, the sisterhood of the widows, they're like, oh yeah, maybe you should reflect for like 2 days and just relax. Like, nope, gotta work, gotta do things. So anyways, Aquaman is saying, listen, the surface dwellers aren't going to let this rest that we're up here. And of course, he's blaming himself, which is, I think, ridiculous. This is Batman's fault. When push comes to shove, I don't care how far you want to argue this back, this is all Batman's fault. The worst thing that Aquaman did was have a wish. And if you ever played Dungeons & Dragons, you know how sucky wishes are. Okay, so let's get back to this here. He's like, I know they're going to send some kind of a covert ops team, because that's what they do. They're making a big show of planes flying around, this, that, and the other thing. But push, shove, nah. They're not going to do that because they don't want to look bad to the world. And that's important. That's actually kind of crucial. But a covert ops team, yeah, that's something that absolutely they could do, and they just have plausible deniability. It's like, oh, we do not know how these villains, who always seem to be in the wrong place at the wrong time, seem to have done what they did. And it's funny that Aquaman doesn't feel like he can count on the rest of the Justice League to back up the idea that, yeah, the Suicide Squad, Amanda Waller, that's absolutely what's going on. Like, this is something that needs to be quashed, but they can't. You know what I'm saying? Like, they can't. Oh, man. I'm going to get more into that when I talk about my Justice League 6 video, if I remember to. But for now, Aquaman was 100% right. He talked to Merc. He's like, hey, man, somebody might come. He's like, okay, sure. And I'll just let the Queen know. No. The Queen can't find out. She's not ready for this. You just simply let me know. He's like, all right, fine. So he does. And then, yeah, Aquaman goes to intercept this bomb that was about to go off. When he gets there, he's putting a beating on some people. The defector, she's not even a defector, the Atlantean woman who kind of betrayed her country, she's of the opinion that, hey, man, yeah, I want Atlantis to go back to where it was. I want it to sink again, but nah, dude, like, not like this. Not a nuclear bomb that's going to kill everybody. A magical nuclear bomb at that. So, yeah, this whole thing just goes a bit crazy with, like, the whole team getting split up. A couple of the people one of them is Harley. That's great. She gets captured. Dolphin. stops her. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Here's someone who can't talk versus someone who can't shut up. I love that. So that's that battle. You know what I'm saying? The battle of the Gabbermouth. So, yeah, she gets captured and she's put in a cage. And trying to remember who she was in the cage with. It wasn't really that important because, like, he didn't say anything, really. He had nothing to really say. But the idea is that eventually Mira realizes what had happened. And she's like, okay, not even a little bit cool, man. How dare you? How dare you go and do something like this? Oh, it's Deadshot. That explains it. It's Deadshot who's caught up in here. So she's like, how dare you go and do something like this? I'm totally ready to take care of these things. He's like, you're not. Listen, we need to get King Shark and some of the Ninth Tribe to go down there and counteract what's going on. She's like, no, we're not going to take your criminal friends and do all this stuff. I love you, Arthur, but like and I need you by my side, but we can't do something like that. It can't happen. So then all of a sudden, Merc's like, oh, we got some video footage here of them with this bomb. It's a magical nuclear device. She's like, okay, Arthur, get your Ninth Tribe friends, the criminal guys I just told you not to go get them and send them down and kick some booty. Oh my God, I love this. Because what does this say? Aquaman was right. Mira is going to make an amazing queen. She's a queen whether she's sitting on that throne or not. She's a queen, you know what I'm saying? But she's also very new to the throne itself. And we haven't even gotten into the people who are actually going to be trying to oppose her, because you know that most of the people are not going to be cool with a Zebulon in charge of Atlantis. Your people were exiled by us. So there's no way that she's going to be 100% accepted. Like, her popularity rate right now is probably at about, like, especially since she was put on the throne and not elected to the throne, it's probably closer to 40% at best. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. I love that we see her struggling. It's not even a huge struggle right now, but I'm hoping to see that in the future. She is starting to struggle with the, you know, like Shakespeare says, heavy is the head that wears the crown. You know what I'm saying? Actually, was it him or was that Machiavelli who said that? One of those two knuckleheads said it, and they were 100% right. And, dude, the idea that Aquaman is going to be trying to make his own version of the Suicide Squad, except they're going to be volunteers, that's beautiful. Oh my God. This is not a 4-issue story arc. No, this is something that needs to go on for like infinitely ages longer. Oh my God. Oh wow. That's great. Guys, I also want to talk about, besides after the Sink Atlantis thing that's happening, the story is going big and it's going to be happening right around here. Okay, this is the next book I'm going to be reviewing. No, this scene does not actually happen. I'm very upset. But, man, Justice League is going to be doing the Drowned. What the heck is that? Oh, geez, I lost my page. Lovely. My computer rebooted and I lost the page. But anyway, there's going to be this Drowned City, Drowned Kingdom, something like that, coming up pretty soon. It was just announced very recently, and it's going to be gorgeous. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be a crossover between Justice League and Aquaman. And there's going to be 2, not one-shots, obviously. It's issue number 1, issue number 2, but it's going to be like an event, main story event that's going to happen at the very beginning and at the very end of the story. And then there's going to be a couple issues in between Aquaman and Justice League. And it's basically going to be, it was already revealed, James Tynion IV already revealed it, that a major god is about to die and a whole bunch of dark gods are about to return to Atlantis. Now, James Tynion actually said which god it was. If you saw my This Week in Comics, I revealed which god it was. I probably shouldn't have because, you know, spoilers, but it was revealed. Either way, this looks like it's going to be amazing. And this is, of course, going to lead into DeConnick taking over Aquaman, and he's going to have a memory loss. So I can't wait to see how this pans out. And, of course, all of this stuff is being built up because we've got the Aquaman movie about to come out, which is looking like it's going to be pretty spectacular. So, guys, if ever there was a time to get on Aquaman, now is the time. The time is now. And like when you read the Justice League, you get to see just how intricately they've woven in Aquaman's story here, because the New 52 Aquaman story is actually integral to the rebirth and now this story. So they actually did happen, apparently, in this timeline. It's like as if they're not different Aquaman in some way, shape, or form, which is, I'm okay with that. Whatever. I don't even need it explained. I just love the idea of it. There's certain things that were said in here that give you that impression. So I'm totally down with this. This is a great storyline as it is. And this is a really long video for Aquaman. But my love is my love, man. So jump on this comic book now if you want to get on the ground floor for something that's going to be happening in Justice League also. It's going to be a big, well, not a big event. It's going to be a mini event, but it's going to be a big deal. Guys, that's it for me. Professor Bill, Comic Book University. Class dismissed.